Hello and welcome to Goa News Now. Just 2 days back, I was here in the same area, wanted to show the kind of condition that is prevailing behind me, that MPT's berth number 7, where Adani is operating. We had highlighted how the Adani as well as Jindal have been taking things very lightly. And in one such case, we had also pointed out that how they had kept these coal stacks open, and the height was also very much exceeding. So to talk more on that, though there are some kind of changes there we can see, but to talk more on that, we have one of the senior most environmentalist advocates, Savio Korea. Sir, what is your opinion to this cosmetic changes, what is behind?
Naveen Bab, I am not at all surprised at what I am seeing today. In fact, sad to say, we have been accustomed to this kind of antics that the coal handling companies have been resorting to. This is not something new. This is going on for the last 10 years. Let me tell you what I happened to see your program the other day, and I am seeing what is there today. If at all there is some, as you rightly use the word, cosmetic change, it is only because of your expose that your channel did. That is why some kind of a makeup cosmetic kind of thing, namesake cover has been put. Even otherwise, almost around 50% of the stack is open. It is very sad that the MPA and its coal handling companies have no respect at all and no consideration at all for human life, for human health. They say that in India life is cheap. I think this is exactly what MPA itself is showing, that there is no value for the life and for the health of people of Vasco and our children of Vasco.
That's it. What you said, it is not a new thing. Don't you think such things, they are taking people and citizens very lightly?
Citizens are being taken for granted. Let us take it as a given. Citizens are being taken for granted. Citizen lives are being taken for granted. We have been protesting. We have been shouting from the rooftops. Nobody has been listening to us. The MPA, just forget about them. Less said the better. The coal handling companies, nobody. We don't even know whom to address. And the pollution control bodies, the authorities, have also abdicated their responsibilities as far as pollution from Mormungao port is concerned. It is with much fanfare that their reports say that Mormungao port is the most polluted place in Goa. But unfortunately, they have done absolutely nothing to mitigate this pollution, to control this pollution, to minimize or if not eliminate this pollution at all. So it is all some fancy words or some assurances given here and there, but nothing on the ground. It is the proof is there for with your own eyes to see. There is nothing else which I can offer you. So this is unfortunately how the affairs have been conducted. It only shows that these coal handlers and their people are so powerful that even our state pollution control authorities are like nothing for them. They must be so powerful and so influential that they can just get away with anything. They are literally getting away with murder because the health of people of Vasco is suffering. There are statistics, government statistics which have proven this. The number of people from Vasco who have been suffering from respiratory illnesses and all that. There are statistics which are tabled in the assembly, but which all go to prove without reasonable doubt that the situation that we are facing in, our health is facing in, is entirely and solely attributable to the coal pollution. In spite of that, nothing is being done, and it is just life goes on as usual.
Savibab, for my viewers, I just wanted you to just highlight, that if they keep like this, even today they have done some changes, stacks are covered, but partially covered, some are open. If it it is kept like this, how much serious it is for the health of those who are residing here as well as for port town people, other
See,
areas?
generally from the month of December up to April, the wind speeds in Vasco area go up. You are a Vasco resident, you are aware.
Yes.
So we have got very windy kind of a weather condition or climate during this time of the year. So what happens is when you leave those stacks open, even those what they have covered on top, when the air goes below that, it entrains below those stacks. The dust particles, the powdery dust particles fly out. And they fly out with the wind, and they reach up to a distance of around 3 to even 5 kilometers. I live in Mangor Hill. During this time of the year, my floor turns black. Like the soles of our feet, when we walk barefoot in the house, they turn black. So that is all the source is from here and from berth 5A and 6A of Southwest Port. This is the source. So the wind entrains in this, and then the loose dust flies out, and it flies out either in the direction of the Vasco city, which is towards my right at the back, or towards this jetty Bogda Distero area.
So now we know that this is so much serious.
Yes.
We have political leaders here. We have a municipality here.
Yes.
They are the authorities to keep a check. As you said, Goa State Pollution Control Board, they are quiet. Do you think that we are not serious about all this?
Absolutely. See, you mentioned some institutions. You mentioned municipality. I remember municipality is supposed to have taken some decision to stop coal transportation or something like that. I don't think it has ever happened. So, what is the efficacy of such decisions? I really don't know. First of all, whether they have the competence and the jurisdiction to take such decisions, also I do not know. As far as the Pollution Control Board is concerned, you had rightly pointed out in your last program that you did that it was decided that they will install CCTV cameras. So I had asked once under the Pollution Control Board under RTI that can you give me the footage of whatever you have data you have collected, the CCTV footage, and they said no, those CCTVs are not connected to the Pollution Control Board. So what is the use of these, like some kind of dummy cameras, if at all they are there? I do not know whether they have been installed or not. So it's all a farce. It is all there is no seriousness at all in enforcing the law. The law is being abused and violated with impunity. The proof is right here in front of us. So as far as the authorities are concerned, it could be the pollution control authorities, it could be our municipality and even the state government authorities. I can say with all conviction that they have totally failed.
Sir, as a journalist, it is our duty to highlight such wrongdoings. As a citizens, you have been also talking about all this, but things still continues. What is the solution? As per you, what could be the solution? Either court is the only ultimate solution, or what could be the solution as per you?
Solution as in, we have already approached the Honorable High Court. The High Court is seized with the matter. In fact, the case is coming to its final...
High Court on what?
There is a PIL which is filed by several citizens of Vasco before the Honorable High Court. It was in the year 2018, and it had come up for final hearing. Unfortunately, the pandemic came in and the matter has got postponed. But hopefully, at some point of time, the Honorable High Court also will assess the situation and come to the rescue of the suffering people of Vasco and Mormugao.
Now, this operation is happening under MPA area.
Yes.
There is another area you can see, and the whole area from trees to everything I can see black.
Yes.
It's painted black.
Yes.
Even JSW has kept their thing, stacks open. I saw that day, but we could not take the visuals because of the trees, covering their area.
Yes.
This is openly we can see.
Yes.
So, do you think MPA have failed to act on their responsibilities?
See, I think the primary responsibility of ensuring that their tenants comply with the law is always of the landlord. So here the landlord is MPA. Now it is MPA's primary responsibility to ensure that their tenants, their lessees function within the four corners of the law. and do not cause a nuisance to people living in the neighborhood. For that matter also, MPA, as I said earlier, has totally failed. They have abdicated their responsibility. They are only concerned with what revenue is being generated by and from these coal handling operations. They are not bothered about other things. At least to my knowledge, they have not done anything worth its name in the matter of controlling of pollution. You will remember now in 2017 we had the public hearings which were like a kind of, I'm told they were like a world record, because what was planned for 3 days went on into over a period of 8 days. And we are going to complete 5 years now in the month of April. 26th of April we are completing 5 years. In the last 5 years, in spite of the authorities knowing the level of public anger and the public concern, nothing has changed on the ground. You ask the residents of Sada, Bogda, Rumdawada, nothing has changed. At least for me, I live in Mangor, nothing has changed. Life is going on as usual, and we are suffering. Coal is a silent killer. Okay, and
how much serious it is, sir, for our viewers to know as per the diseases?
See, coal dust is a carcinogenic substance. It contains lethal metals. It is not just like ordinary soil or something like that. It's a carcinogenic substance. So and it is a slow killer. So this coal. So it is like slow poisoning. It's like passive smoking, like how you have. This is like passive coal dust, which is passively and slowly killing you over a period of time. Even your person whom you interviewed last time, he said the number of COVID cases in Vasco area, the deaths were quite substantial as compared to the rest of Goa. That is because our respiratory systems have been compromised. So much so that our immunity to fight these viruses and these diseases has now almost diminished. That is why you saw such a large number of people, either in terms of deaths or in terms of hospitalizations. Vasco, Mormungao area was the worst affected with the pandemic.
What would be your appeal to the people who are, authorities on this particular aspect? What is your appeal to them?
My appeal is...
Though you have made it long ago, again and again you have been making, one more.
I can only repeat and reiterate. Do your job conscientiously, without being concerned about the influence or the political power of the coal handlers. Your duty first is to ensure that the health of your citizens, your taxpayers who are sustaining you, who are paying you your salaries, that their health is not compromised. Our children's health is not compromised, because you just imagine the other day there was this study of IIT Mumbai. They say that 30% of the particulate matter in Vasco area consists of coal dust or pollution emanating from the port. Now you just imagine a newborn child, over a period of 15, 20, 25, 30 years, how much of coal that child would have inhaled, and what will be the health position of that particular individual when he grows into as an adult. I think the authorities should look at this seriously. They should ask their conscience as to whether what they are doing or what they are not doing, whether that is the right thing to do. And I think the pollution control authorities have a lot to answer in this, and they have a lot to answer to the people of Vasco, to the people of Mormungao.
Sir, I forgot to ask you one thing. The coal stack height, do you think we can look it now with normally? Is it normal?
See, there was a EIA study done by Mormungao Port Trust itself in the year 2008-2009. Based on which the environmental clearance was granted for this berth number 7, dedicated coal terminal at berth number 7. There, the EIA report very clearly recommends that the stack height should be maintained at 6 meters. That is a EIA report which is prepared by MPT itself. But if you see here, the coal stacks are much higher than 6 meters. The other day when your camera, it was almost around 12 meters. I could fathom from the visuals what I saw. So here also the norms are being violated with impunity. If at all the EIA consultant has fixed a height of 6 meters, it is because he knows fully well that the lower you keep your stack height, the less chances for this dust to fly out. So this kind of coal stack and the heights is very dangerous. Another thing is that they are supposed to be watering, with
Sprinkling.
sprinkling, and the sprinklers are to be done continuously. Whether they now we have been here for the last about 30 minutes. Nothing. I have not seen a single sprinkler come on.
That is what I was also wondering that day. We were waiting here for 2 hours. I did not find any sprinkler here. Now, with regards to this pollution, there should have been machines, to check the pollution by the pollution control board. There should have been some machines. If we can see it, if the nature can show that there is a pollution, why can't these machines are not acting? And whether these reports which are being prepared can be trustworthy?
See, the less said about this, the better, because the position in which these machines are placed, they are against the wind. So deliberately, they have been placed in such a position that that the actual impact of the coal pollution is not felt. Okay, it is just like during in the middle of the match you shift a goalpost. So they have been shifting the goalpost so that the actual damage is not felt. So less said about this, the better. The monitoring what is being done in the most unscientific manner, and I don't think I at least personally for me, I have no faith at all in these reports what are being generated, because for me what I see is what I believe. I see the amount of coal dust which is in my house. I see the coal dust here on the leaves and all that, which is sufficient for me to believe the extent of coal dust pollution which is happening here.
Well, thank you very much, Savyabab. This actually should have opened the eyes of the authorities concerned, though they have acted on our story and they have covered partially, with some cosmetic changes. They have covered the coal stacks, but they should have covered it in a larger area. Since it is non-operational time, it should have been in a covered.
Absolutely.
That is the rule.
They should have been totally covered 100%, and along with the sprinkling and other measures being in place.
So this is as per the rule book. There has to be on many points they should have been working. What we can see at the behind me, they are just trying to save their money by not doing all these activities. In turn, are forcing we Varsco cars, we Port Town residents into high health risk, and leaving us to suffer. I don't understand why our political leaders are also quiet on this issue. I don't understand why the municipality is silent on this issue. It should have been otherwise, that if a report comes, there should have been hue and cry from at least from those who are politically connected, so that they can, with their intervention, certain things could have happened at the site. But what we can see here is just people like me and activists like environmental activists like Savio sir or the Parshuram and many others. They can just quietly raise this issue, highlight this issue again and again, but at the end of the day things will again continue, because this is not a new thing. This has been happening, as Savio sir has said, that it has been happening from long time, but for few days something happens and then things changes. I remember one story that was done by Indian Express, in which you were also featured. Yes. So after that there were certain changes done for few days, and then again things have changed.
Exactly. And even this what you see now, for a few days this will be there, then it will be back to the old days.
So this is the general feeling of the people, that MPA and these coal handling agencies are trying to convince people for 2 to 3 days that we are taking all precautionary and mitigation measures, but the reality is they are least bothered, and if not, then this should have not happened. I again request the coal handling agencies like Jindal and Adani, also the MPA authorities, to kindly look into the matter, because even your people are residing in this area. Even your brother, father, mother, your relatives are also part of this port town, and even their health is at risk.